Okay, so I'm Jose Rodriguez. I'm from English level number 5. Today I'm talking a little bit about myself and doing an interview. Just an interview about an event that I will possibly have within a few years, which will be an interview to get into the subspecialty of neurosurgery. So now let's introduce myself. I am Jose Rodriguez. I am from English level number 5 here in University of San Francisco. Right now I am 15 years old and I am kind of training a little bit into how to do a good interview, how to get a little bit of good responses, a good connection with ideas, and a good overall impression when I do this interview. So this is pretty important thing for me. Today I'm going to practice with 15 questions because I thought it may be better than just little questions. Like 2 little questions is not good. I need variety. So I made a system which will be these colors. Okay, so I made random questions that will go into any of these colors, and there are 3 for each of these ones. There are 5 colors. So I will put this in this little thing, and I will take it one by one and respond both of them. All of them 3 questions that will be in each color. So let's get it started and show you a little bit about how I will do it, and while I do it I will tell you a little bit about more facts or anything that I think is important, and also at the end some conclusion. So let's start with only one color, so I will have to draw it pretty slowly. So yeah, green color. So let me see which questions are in green color. I have actually my cell phone over here, so yeah, you can see it. Green questions. So these are the green questions, and it says, as neurosurgery is a physically demanding specialty, how do you ensure your physical health remains optimal in such a career? So I have a lot of things that I do that actively make me very adaptive to a lot of stressful situations within the physical domain of the human strength. So I usually do a lot of sports. I do gym. I have practiced a lot in teams of basketball and soccer, so I have a lot of experience with those demanding sports. I actually like really much like taking my health and all of what is my whole body into order, and I consider myself a very disciplined person, and I have many routines that ensure that I can get good sleep, good alimentation, and I also do like regular workouts and sometimes cold showers, to say it the least. So I do many things that keep me in a good position both mentally and physically to ensure that I can be at my most potential and have 100% during my career. And yes, let's keep on with the next one, which would be, it's quite hard to see, but neurosurgery can be emotionally draining. How do you manage the emotional aspects of dealing with critically ill patients and their families? So this might get a little bit personal, but I have a lot of experience being around people that are in this kind of trouble within their lives. And about 3 years ago, my dad died. So he passed out during COVID pandemic, and it was a harsh moment for all the family, and I believe I was pretty shocked too, but I managed my emotions, and now I have a lot of tools. I know a lot of psychology, and I have so much interest in just helping people, whatever may be the case, the way I can help them, and with knowledge and with the experience that I have been having within these years of my life, I've been realizing that I can help people a lot and just deal with these stressful situations and with people that will be an important part of my job. So yes, next question would be here, kind of hard to see always. Yes, in your opinion, how important is mentorship in the field of neurosurgery, and how to have mentors in doing said career so far? Okay, this is an interesting one. I haven't been so long into my career. I have been like a year and a half, but I still have been having some good ideas and some good results working with mentors. I have been working with mentors in university and in other like atmospheres, to say like that. And also, for example, a big part of myself is my spirituality, and I get along pretty well with my spiritual mentor, would be Chris, and I think they have influenced my career in many ways, somewhat professionally, somewhat like humanly, and made me more open and more resilient to changes and to learning. I have been a great example, and I believe all the professors I have had a little bit of mentorship within my life, and have taught me a lot, be it not only like in semantic or like to say just knowledge, but also within wisdom. So I believe mentorship is very important. Okay, so we finished up the green ones. Let's get a little bit faster because I don't have so much time. And okay, the next one is blue one. So let's get started with color blue, which are over here, kind of hard to read maybe. Oh, and maybe later I will put it in a document and send it to you. So, what did you choose neurosurgery as a specialty, and what motivated you to pursue this path? Okay, I have kind of responded to this already, and it motivates me, the feeling of having an opportunity to help people, to be with them, to make their lives better, and just use science and use all my skills to make a good change in the world, and make something that maybe has no success, but makes all of the like the intention to be with the family, be with the patient, do whatever I can to just get the attention they need and get to live a better life, to bring heaven to earth, I would say. And the next one, neurosurgery involves long and complex procedures. How do you keep your focus and manage stress during prolonged surgery? So yes, this is kind of a mental situation. So I also have many mental strengthening tools. Yes, because I have a really good focus, to say like that. That is kind of how I finished school at 15 years old, and I believe like during prolonged stress and prolonged surgeries, I will be prepared. I think that is pretty important to have a good strengthening before that, to have discipline, to have meditation, to have a lot of tools, and also sadly and goodly for me, it is a lot about nature. I believe I have a lot of capacity to deal with these situations, and that I will get really good when it comes to my hands to deal with a person's health. So I believe I will do pretty well for all those reasons. And yes, those are all of the blue questions. Let's get into the next one, which will be the first. Just slowly do it. Yeah. Okay. So I believe yes, this is orange. Orange questions. And okay, how do you over here? Maybe? Yeah. Say it. How do you approach staying up to date with the latest advancements in neuroscience and neuroscience research? Okay, neurosurgery and neuroscience research. I love both of those topics. I use much of my time right now just to understand these topics. I am doing currently a little bit of a course outside of the university with Duke neuroscience. So I'm doing a lot of research myself, and I like seeing a lot of neuroscience within books, within these courses, within videos, within whatever source I can get my hands on. I just love the subject. I just love the deep connection within physics, within biology and chemistry, that coming emergence into what comes to conscience, memory, and all of the sensations and motor signals that involve in the brain. So I just love the brain, and I believe it wouldn't be a problem at all. I just will keep on with what I do now, which is being up to date always. Yes, the next one is what strategies do you use to learn and retain complex anatomical and physiological information relevant to neuroscience? I have used many approaches. I have used models. Models are kind of interesting, especially for things you need like a broad understanding, and really new can be really interesting. I have a little bit of a Kool-Aid or how to translate. I don't have it, but yeah, a model of the brain that I did myself. I believe it was pretty useful. I also use sometimes other tools that help me a lot, which is I don't like so much flashcards. I usually use like dictionaries and use a little bit of etymology and logic. I am a really logic person. I like to retain everything within its context and within everything that I can to integrate it better in my memory. I use a little bit of everything about taking notes, about rescheduling all of my study sessions. I use flashcards sometimes. Yeah, I kind of like those. And also when it comes to like complex anatomical and physiological, I just have a really easy time dealing with it. Anatomical, I usually deal with it within a little more time, just to get it straight and to get it really integrated into my mind. Because sometimes reading modeling can be a little bit more complex in what it means to integrate within many layers, but I just love to do it and do it in different ways. So yes, I have many ways to learn, and I use whatever thing I investigated in neuroscience to stimulate and better that too. So the next one is, have you had any experience with surgical stimulations or virtual reality technologies in neuroscience? How has that impacted your training? That is very interesting. I kind of like to have a virtual experience doing surgeries, and also like training, like doing a little bit of incisions or like anatomical dissections by myself, and pretending this as virtual reality technologies. I believe they are pretty beautiful. I haven't had so much of an opportunity to try them, but I will in the future, and I believe whatever technology I have to just practice, whatever I can about dissection and physical means of interaction with the patient, I do it perfectly, and I do it with a lot of habits. So, yeah. And how has this impacted my training? I believe there is a good amount of knowledge you can get by just simply sometimes just getting into a page or getting into a simulator and trying to dissect, trying to do surgeries. So it kind of familiarizes you with all these things. So when you go to a book or to a more deep, more knowledge kind of article or other thing, you can get it quite more easily, having this connection with the experience and with the theory. So I believe those ones are inseparable. And yes, I believe we only have like 2 colors, so we'll be half the so let's try it again. Let's see which one falls first. Both of them. Okay. Last one. No, it can't be. I think they're stick together. Okay, the yellow one. Let's get into it. So, yellow. Well, what color is this exactly? Yellow, blue, orange, green, pink. Yeah, is there 2 yellows here? No, quite there is. Okay, can you describe a moment during your studies or clinical practice where you faced a significant challenge and how you overcame it? Oh yes, I have faced significant challenges in my life in many points. I believe in my studies sometimes I've had many moments within my life that things couldn't be harder, but I've always been very disciplined. I've always been really pragmatic and really stoic, to say it like that. And for example, I believe like this summer trainings on the first semester, they were kind of hard for me to say the least. I was really stressed. I had a little bit of a big outflow of just knowledge to me, and I was only 14 at the time. I didn't have much experience like experimenting with different study sessions, and I just have to develop really rapidly a new way to study, to organize my time, and I believe I had a really big opportunity to change and to get more experience and to like get into how to optimize myself, my learning. And yes, it was kind of a challenge. I believe I loved all of the knowledge that I learned there, but also to admit that they were not easy subjects, and the most thing is that I learned to organize myself, and I am very grateful for those opportunities because during my studies, I've been learning a lot, and I've been overcoming many big and little like challenges, and I've always known that I can do it and have faith that everything will come to an ending and everything will be better if I put my faith in God and also a lot of effort. So yes, I have been in many moments. How do you maintain a balance between the intense demands of your academic work and your personal well-being? That is a little bit of an interesting one. So yes, it's a challenge for everyone studying medicine out there. I believe you have a little bit of experience with it, and I believe I just have to organize myself. I just do whatever I can to get me time with my friends and family, and also to get time for myself because I believe that is really important for my well-being. I always do little things, atomic habits, and whatever thing I can do to really relieve whatever things I have in my head and be within myself and get a little bit of this sensation of well-being and just being happy with myself, being happy with others, and being strategic on how to use my time. So I believe time usage and a little bit of knowing how to optimize yourself, how to be well-being, and use that well-being into working better, working smarter. That is a really good thing because it's always good to work within the equilibrium that helps you be more productive. So I believe that is a great thing. I always use my time, I always use my sleep to get that into a good state of being. Yes. How do you see the role of teamwork in high-pressure environment like neurosurgery? Oh yes, teamwork is like base fundamentals. It's like some of the most important aspects that you have to care about when it comes to neurosurgery. I think it's really important because being with all those people and doing it realistic, sometimes you will be under real stress and having that countdown every time and you do things and being with so much people and close days, and I believe that it can be stressful, but as I see it, I believe it's an opportunity to not only like do leadership stuff, because a true leader knows how to be with people and how to deal with them and how to get a really sort of cohesive force between them so we can work together and strive together and be whatever good we can to the patient and to ourselves. So I believe it is pretty important. I believe I have the opportunity to experience that before, and that I have really understood and really applied how to deal with people, how to be more patient and be more precise with the language, of course. And with the treatment of people, I believe I am very good and kind of getting this kind of workflow to optimize and to be doing peace with each other, because that is really important that neurosurgery is not quite solo. Yes, let's get into the pink one. Yes. How do you ensure effective communication in both patients and interdisciplinary teams in high-stakes environments like neurosurgery? That is quite interesting, and it is kind of good and bad at the same time that the response to this is both simple and not easy, because we have to use psychology, we have to use effective communication, we have to use a little bit of precise language, precise ways of really communicating rather than just saying things. You need to use your whole body language. You have to use many other factors that may influence how people perceive what you say. So yes, both interdisciplinary high stakes, yes, it is a great challenge and a great, at the same time, it is a great thing to really have in your head. I always think that you should be all in into having to really be aware of what are you doing and how you're dealing with people, because it is very important that at these kind of high-stake jobs you have clarity of what you want and clarity of how to deal, how to get these connections and how to get these deals that will get you into whatever agreement you can have. And yes, I believe ensuring effective communication can be get by psychology, by being aware of yourself and being very patient with people. So yes, let's get into the next one. Can you describe an ethical dilemma you faced in clinical setting and how you resolved it? Well, it is interesting that by now I haven't had so much clinical experience because I am right now just within my more basic studies about physiology and chemistry and biology, and still I have had some experience with ethical dilemmas, rather with more relatives that are into the not working in the health sciences. I have been discussing some of these themes and these topics, and I believe that for example, with my mom, she works a lot with some patients that need treatment for degenerative diseases, and these guys sometimes have like neurological disorders like Parkinson's, and some ethical dilemmas is that sometimes you have to be you have to do whatever you can to get the people to do their treatments and to stay with them, but you can't actually make them have more stronger will or whatever, and you can't control the families. And as much as you want to just lie to them and say them that it's gonna work really easily and it's gonna be perfect and it's gonna be no pain, no nothing, and it's kind of sad that you can't lie and you have to be really straight with the truth and just doing the best in communicating and letting the patient know the reality of what they're living with love, and just making the best effort into saying the most precise way so people can get the treatment they need, the treatment that is best for them, and don't get into, I don't know, like shady stuff trying to get an easy solution. It's really important that people know their situations and are treated with love and respect, and they're treated the way that they're supposed to be treated, and really giving them the truth. There is always trying to say the most the things that the patient will be grateful in the long term. So yes, it is kind of hard to learn how to treat these patients and how to deal with them, and it poses a really interesting discussion that I may have in the future, and I hope I know I can get quite better into it, and I hope that in the future this kind of stuff can be a little bit more strengthened by regulation and by a little bit more like ethics training and education. I would like to do education in the future about these topics because it's very important. And from now in the career, we have this kind of ethical understanding about our career and how to deal with it. So yes, I believe these are all of the words I have said, a lot of conclusions, a lot of facts about myself, a lot of words, but most of all, I have made a little bit of complex semantic and I simply said so much about what I am, the things that I could be, the things I am, and opened myself into this interview and made hopefully a good impression, and hopefully being very respectful with my words, using a precise language, and made myself a really good favor by being really proper in the interview. So thank you very much, and I believe this is all. Thank you.